How's the offseason going for you?
It was good. It was a productive off season. I enjoyed it. I'm happy to be back in Pittsburgh with the dudes. So it's been good.
I was reading that you participate in a lot of voluntary camps. Why is that important for you to participate as a veteran player?
I think it's important, one, for the young guys that are here. Because if there's no older guys that are around to kind of, show them how to move and how to operate, then it's kind of pointless for them to even be here, because they're going to be the ones, setting their own standard. So I think it's important for older guys to be there to set that standard, to show them the ropes, show them our routines, you know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing it for 4 years, and I'm still working on my routine. So I think it's good just to be here to show the young guys how to do things.
A lot of people see Mike Tomlin from afar and they make their judgments. But what is it like to play for Mike Tomlin and be around him?
Yeah, I love playing for Coach T, man. He's a player's coach. He's one of those guys that he cares for his players. He wants to know what we think. You know what I'm saying? He's not a guy that is his way or the highway. He's a guy that, he's going to have the ultimate decision at the end. But, he's going to ask, hey, TJ, what do you think about this? Hey, Mink, what do you think about this? What you guys been seeing on film. He doesn't really see us as lesser than. He sees us as, people that know what we're doing, that work hard, and, he trusts us.
How intense are the practices from other places kind of compared to the other places that you've been?
Right now, everybody's coming back and just getting back into the swing of things. But once camp comes around, it's intense. You know what I'm saying? We're going full speed. Coach T has a saying, iron sharpens iron. So everything that we do is good on good. It's ones versus ones, twos versus twos. You know what I'm saying? We're going against Ben. We're going against Juju, Deontay, Chase, James, the whole nine, every single day. So we're getting better. It's intense. We're all competitors. We get a little chippy out there, but it is what it is.
What do you take from last year's season? What do you take more from, the 11-0 start or the 1-5 finish?
Oh man, the 1-5 finish. The 11-0 is cute, but that 1-5 is super ugly, man. You definitely learn a lot more when you lose. You know what I'm saying? You learn where you're weak. You learn where you need to focus your attention at. And I feel like last year we definitely in that 1-5 stretch. We lacked execution. We did have people hurt, but still we lacked execution. We lacked communication. We lacked the details, you know what I'm saying, those last 6 games. So that was all the reason why we lost. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't because people were had more talent than us, or, messing us up or confusing us. They were just exposing our lack of communication, our lack of detail.
What did you guys learn from as far as the playoff loss from the Browns, man? I know Juju was talking trash earlier, but what was the overall kind of learning lesson from that playoff loss?
I would say, one, don't dig a hole for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Defense, we went out there. They scored. I think it was on the first drive or second drive. They punched. They moved down. They didn't even move down the field. They had like 2 or 3 plays and then 1 or 2 big plays. And you can't let that happen in a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the Browns. They're a team that, they usually depend on, driving down the field, chewing up the clock, with Chubb. But we let them get those big plays, and we made it a lot easier for them. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely can't do that. And, there's the ball snapped over the head. Can't really do too much about that. But, like I said, don't dig a hole for yourself. You got to come out fast, finish fast, and, just keep moving.
I know you were excited that they picked up your 5th-year option. Why is this? And it was no doubt, that they were going to pick up your 5th-year option. But why is this the right place for you? And what's up with your contract status long term?
Yeah, I think it's the right place for me. One, because they let me use my skill set. You know what I'm saying? My skill set is, I'm a rangy guy. I'm an athlete. I'm a smart guy. So they let me move around in the middle of the field and a half. Come down into the coverage and whatnot. So I think they let me use my skill set. Coach T, he's a great coach that, He challenged me at the same time. Today he's asking me, what we're working on today, 3-9. What I'm saying, what we're gonna do better, what we're gonna get better at today, 3-9. And I love that. It's never an easy day. He's never gonna let me slack, whether it be TA or Grady Brown or anybody else. They're not gonna let me, because I'm a two-time All-Pro, whatever. That's even more reason for them to, push me and challenge me. But in terms of, contract long-term, we haven't been talking about it. We just signed the 5th year, and I'm just going to go out there this year, try and play my best, dominate, do what we do, and, whatever happens after that.
You talk about them moving you around a little bit. I still think they don't play you the way you need to be played, because in college, that's why I fell in love with you, because you were so versatile. You could do so many different things. You can play over the slot. You can play corner. You can play safety. You got 11 interceptions, 3 touchdowns, but no sacks, my man. We need some sacks. I need you blitzing, getting to the quarterback. Because I know when you watch Jamal Adams, you're looking like, man, it don't make no sense that a safety blitzes that much.
Yeah. No, I could do it, you know what I'm saying? But I think right now, what's best for the team is where I'm at. We got guys, TE, he blitzes, he's ended games on sacks. You know what I'm saying? He does a really good job, Terrell Edmonds, in doing that. So I think, we're a good 1-2 punch. We got other guys around us that help us out. And if Coach T asks us to move around, of course we're gonna do it, because that'll probably be best for the team if he says so. So we're willing to do anything. But I think we're good with where our roles are at.
No doubt. You guys lost some veteran experience in the secondary. Some pretty good players. How do you replace that? Mike
it's tough. Mike Hilton and Steve Nelson, they're 2 great players. Great leaders. They love the game. They study the game, and it's tough to replace them. But it's the next man up. You've been a part of this industry, and the locker room cycles is crazy. But you just gotta teach these young guys, like I said earlier, just show them the standard, show them how to move. You know what I'm saying? We still, even when we're watching film with Mike, we're watching film with Steve. You know what I'm saying? Showing the younger guys how we operate. And, who's got to fill in. It's the next man up.
How aggressive are you as a leader on that defense, going to a guy and saying, you know what, I don't think you're quite doing it right. You need to come over here and learn some lessons. Are you? Oh, yeah. Do you sit back and wait for those guys to come to you?
No, I don't wait. Last year, or maybe a year or 2 years ago, I could have kind of waited, but this year's a totally different story. We're always doing something after practice. We're pulling guys, saying, all right, let's work on this today. Let's work on. We will go over the notes before practice and say, all right, last practice, this was something we need to work on. So we'll stay after practice today, kind of do a little bit of extra to that. We're always doing something before practice, just extra. I think that's where, even though we're not going full speed when we're out there doing the extra work, we're still sharpening our minds. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big part of the game. Is a mental aspect. Everybody's an athlete up here, but not everybody is, sharp in the mind. So I think if we could, like I said, if I have opportunity to pull somebody to the side and get better that way, then we're always going to do it.
Now, I want to know, sometimes, I had to pull a guy to the side and really jump up in him and kind of yell and scream. Yeah. Have you had to do that or, it's still kind of early right now?
Not yet, but it will have to happen. It's definitely a camp. Right now it's a little slower pace and heads are a little cooler, but once camp starts rolling around and season gets a little closer and guys start making the same mistakes, we're going to have to jump on a few heads for sure.
No doubt. Now, Big Ben, you mentioned Big Ben, and I played against Big Ben his rookie year. And, he was a young quarterback. What do you see from him in year 18? How does he look out there, bro?
Man, he looks good. He looks like Big Ben. He's challenging us. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that he's out here and he's practicing, because he's doing things that you don't see from every single quarterback in the NFL, whether it be trying to look off safety or the little single hand pump fake that he does. You know what I'm saying? It's little stuff like that gets us better and sharpens, and that iron sharpens iron type mindset. But like I said, he's throwing his passes sharp, crisp. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't lost a touch. But like I said, I'm excited that he's out here.
Well, one thing that should help him, because this offense was so one-dimensional last year. Now you get Najee Harris, who I thought, this was an unbelievable pick. I know a lot of people screamed and yelled and said, hey, they should have drafted an offensive lineman. But I thought this was a great pick, versatile back, big, strong, young, healthy. And the kid. What do you see from him?
I love Najee as a man and as a player. You know, he's a great dude. Has a great story. But as a player, he's a competitor. I mean, everything you just said is spot on. I love playing him. He's fast. He's challenging us out the backfield. You know what I'm saying? Catching passes, going against the linebackers, and you know, he has that you're not going to outwork me type mindset. That's something that we love having in the city of Pittsburgh.
Hey man, when I look at some of the top safeties in the league, of course I look at you. I look at Justin Simmons, Jamal Adams. I like them boys out in Buffalo. Tell me, like, who are your 2 or 3 safeties that you pay close attention to, or that the guys that you have a lot of respect for in this league?
Yeah, I mean, definitely the guys that you mentioned. I'd also say Jesse Bates. You know, we play him twice a year, so I see him all the time. I think we have a very similar skill set. Justin Simmons for sure. He's a great player. Same thing, similar skill set, move around the field, rangy, middle of the field player. Tyrann Mathieu as well, just for his versatility. He's kind of one of those guys that are all over the field. Does whatever you need him to. I'll say those guys right there. I love watching their game. And Buda Baker.
Yeah, Buda. You almost forgot Buda Baker.
Yeah.
I was waiting on you to.
Yeah, I can't forget about Buda. I have a lot of respect for him. I remember the first time we played him. I played him in college, but then we played him 2 years ago. My first year with the Steelers out in Arizona, and he was just flying to the ball every single play, And I was like, dude, that dude's nice. And then
That motivates you.
Yeah, for sure. When you see dudes flying around like that, definitely you're like, all right, I gotta. You know, when you watch great players play, I think great players, emulate other great players. You know what I'm saying? You got to take away. You can't be like, you can't be out getting all salty about somebody else being good. You got to be like, okay, I can add that to my game. I can add this to my game. So when I see him flying around like that, I was like, okay, that's something I definitely want to add to my game too.
Now, TJ Watt, man, I voted for him for Defensive Player of the Year last year. Aaron Donald, of course, got it. But this guy was outstanding. Like, what do you see? I mean, the thing that really stands out to me is his constant work ethic. You see it in practice. You see it on a game. What do you see every day that makes this dude so good, so dominating?
Yeah, I say it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He has that mentality of, I deserve to be here. I'm the best at what I do. And it's for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He's not a guy that just kind of floats around the locker room and the field. Everything he does with intention. He's very intentional on the field when he's working. He's not wasting time. He's not sitting around. When we're doing walkthroughs and he's on the field, he's on the side of the field working the bags. You know what I'm saying? Bringing Alex Highsmith with him. Working the bags, working on getting us his first step off the line. And with that comes his just game-changing ability. Because he focuses so much on the details of his game.
Who is that sleeper on your defense that nobody talks about? I mean, we talk about you, we talk about TJ, but who is that one guy that no one really pays attention to that is either an upcoming dog or just kind of quietly just a dog on that defense?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a couple obvious ones. I would say Cam, but everybody knows about Cam Hayward. I would say either Tyson Alua or Cam Sutton. I think those are two guys that definitely deserve more credit than what they get. Cam last year was he was everything for our secondary. You know what I'm saying? Whenever somebody went down, he stepped in. Whenever we needed somebody to move around a little bit, he was willing to do that. And he played well. He played at a high level. He was punching out balls. He was getting turnovers. He was executing. He's super smart, intelligent. And Tyson, same thing. He's a lesser-known dude, but he's a guy that he's going to go out there and do his job every single rep.
You mentioned being All-Pro in 2019 and 2020. What is the next step in your progression as a pro, as a safety? What are you trying to do to improve your game? What is the next step?
Yeah. I wrote down in my notebook today because Coach T, he was talking about the minutia of the game, the details, the small little things of the game. And I said, I want to master the minutia. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with that comes from mastering the fundamentals of the game. And when you play high level fundamentally, whether you're tired, whether you're beat up, you know what I'm saying? If you have your fundamentals right, you're going to play well. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, slowing down my pace in the middle of the field so I could break sharper, cleaner, get a better angle to the ball. whether it be, not biting on shoulder fakes and stuff like that, but just mastering those little things is something that I definitely want to work on because, we all see the big splash plays, but we don't see the little things that lead us to those big splash plays. So I just want to master those little things.
Hey, Minkah, it was a pleasure talking to you, my man. And, you just keep representing on the field and off the field. Love the man that you are, and wish you all the best. And I will catch up with you during the season, brother. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Sounds good. Appreciate you having me.
All right, bro.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.